Alright, welcome back to Adobe Illustrator CC. In this tutorial we're continuing the zombie outbreak danger sign. So I have here the continuation, and I wanted to show you how I did this. Basically I cut away the end points, and I'm kind of doing it in the inside too. Let me zoom in on here. What I've essentially done is drawn out a simple rectangle. I'll draw another one here, and then basically just grabbed a point here and then hold the shift key and down arrow, once I think on each side, and then once up, and then basically moved it around, duplicated it. So I'm going to show you how to do it real quick here. So you basically select the object, and then you select the rotation tool, and you basically center your cursor on the rotation where you're going to rotate around, and hold Alt or Option and click. So again, select this, select the rotation tool, then hold Alt or Option and click in the center. What that'll do is bring up the rotate options. Currently I have it set to 242 degrees. What I do is I check preview, and what will happen is it'll show me where it lies over here, and what you want to do is essentially copy that, and just like that I have a copy. So now I'm going to select this again and do that same process. I'm going to select the rotation tool, I'm going to center it and hold Alt or Option and click, and I get this little device here. And then I can type in, whatever degree I want. So for this one, it would be, let's see, 122, I believe it is. Uncheck preview, yep. So these degrees I didn't just magically get. I actually kind of, rotate the device. You can simply rotate, and it will kind of give you a preview update of where it's going to lie. And so I just kind of wandered around until I got something that was close. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but that kind of gives you an idea. Alright, so now this object here, that's kind of weird. It's showing us it has a fill, but it's not. Little bug in Illustrator. What we're going to do is select these shapes and then use that wonderful shape builder tool, which has the hotkey of Shift M. I'm going to hold Alt or Option to subtract these two and basically get that effect. So I'm going to select these over here, again hitting Shift M, and then hold Alt or Option and subtract. Pretty quick and easy. One more to do, this one here. So again, Shift M, hold Alt or Option and click, and click. There we go. Next thing I want to do is actually want to empty out some of the circle. So I'm actually going to create another ellipse. This time I will draw it with a black fill. Whoops, looks like I had the red selected. So let me click out, make sure everything's deselected, and then choose the ellipse tool, give it a nice black fill, center my cursor, and then hold Shift and Alt or Shift and Option as I draw out. And what will happen is essentially I have a black circle. What I want to do is essentially carve out one from the other. So I'm going to select these two, use the Pathfinder command. I'm going to use the subtract mode, and that essentially empties that out. Then I want to do is add another ellipse and center my cursor, hold Shift and Option, and essentially draw out another circle so that I get this kind of effect. So this is basically what I was looking for, was a circle inside of a circle with these little cutaways, just to give it a little bit more sci-fi kind of quality, a little futuristic kind of, just a little interest basically. So now I would basically group these as an object. All I gotta do is select them all and then hit Control G to group, and now I can move them around, duplicate them, scale them, so forth. So the next thing I want to do is actually create the slash marks for the danger. Now I've created a zombie outbreak warning text. I like the stencil text, but I was trying to think of what kind of typeface for danger. And I just wanted to share you, once you type out something, you can basically click in here and select, and then just roll with the mouse if you're on a PC, and you can essentially roll through all these different typefaces. Now some of them would be a little bit silly or a little strange. Kind of want the bolder look for a danger, so I think I'm going to choose between one of these two typefaces. So the next tutorial you'll see which one I have chosen, along with the zombie outbreak warning here, and we'll bring all this into Photoshop. Basically apply some textures, some grunge effects, and so forth. But the first thing we need to do before we leave here, this tutorial, we need to create that striped effect. So if you remember correctly, if I Google, let me pause here while I Google this. Basically, I want this sort of slash effect here, which is this caution sign here, but to give you that kind of effect. So let's do that right now. So what we'll do is we'll take this, essentially what I did is just draw out another rectangle. And what I'm going to do is choose the white arrow here and select the top part and basically just hold the shift key and arrow over a couple times. Now accidentally, let me undo that a couple times, I accidentally selected both shapes. I just want this top shape selected. So select those top ends, and it looks like I actually selected the zombie text. Boy, my little cursor here is selecting everywhere. Alright, there we go. Now I'm just going to nudge over a few times until I like the angle, essentially, for the diagonal mark. So something like that will probably be good. And what I'll do is now I'll select this shape, and I'm going to hold Alt or Option to duplicate it. And I'm going to hold Shift at the same time, so I basically get it to slide over evenly. Once I have one, I can hit Control D to basically repeat that action until I get enough to cross all the way over. And basically now I have a bunch of these, so now I can select this whole lot of these guys, and then use the pathfinder to subtract. Basically, I could do that, or if I wanted to, I could have this be a different color, so the red could be the yellow if I wanted kind of a red-yellow effect. So it just depends on what kind of effect you're going for. You could have these guys as the red slash, basically. So to manipulate these, what I would do is group these together. So I can hold Shift and basically select all these individual pieces. So I can just click along here. Just do this really quick. There we go. And then hit Control G to group. And then what I can do is grab the white arrow and basically select all the tops, like so. And then I can nudge them down. So I can have them line up with the yellow if I want that kind of effect. I'm still not quite sure. I may do this, or I may just have the red slash. To be honest, I think I kind of like the red slash, just the red. So it gives me more of the feeling of blood, kind of zombie effect. So what I'm going to do is basically select these, and then I'm just going to use the pathfinder to subtract from it. So I can just click on that, and just like that, these guys have been subtracted. Now I'll go across, select these guys, and then change them back to red, essentially, for the color. I think I like that effect better. Now we are missing one here, but that's okay. What I can do is grab all these and just scale them up a little bit. So if I hit the move tool, I can just scale it up where basically a piece of it just slides off the end there, and then it looks okay. Excuse me. So yeah, so that pretty much will work. And then if I want to duplicate it, all I have to do is select that whole unit, and then hold Alt or Option and Shift if I want to hold Shift to basically drag it up there. And then I'd get rid of this text here that I don't want. And now I have to deal with the danger. I don't know which of these I want to choose, but yeah, that's pretty much it at this point. I'm going to do a little bit of layout here with figuring out what to do with the danger aspects. And then what we'd want to do is bring in this symbol, so I can actually hit Control C and then bring it over here, Control V to paste. Then I can scale it down and basically place it wherever I want. I could have a couple of them in here or just one, but you can see kind of the idea here where we're going for. So the next tutorial, we'll finish everything up in Photoshop. We'll apply some grunge effects, some masking, maybe even some blood, and maybe some zombies. We'll see. And we'll see you soon in Adobe Illustrator CC. Cheers. Bye.